Hello friends, it's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And it's late, almost. I mean, it feels late to me. Does that show my age at all? I feel like I'm getting older here. This episode tonight is on the heels of not feeling like I really wanted to say anything, or not knowing exactly what to say. And having so many things to say, not knowing which one to pick. And it's kind of both, right? In the last several days, it's been both. I'm bored. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to do a video right now in a very general sense, because there have been other moments in those days where I have had things I absolutely and specifically want to say, right? And then I go, but can you see that there are moments, just moments in a day that can impact whether I feel like saying something or not. It's not that I didn't want to say something all day. It's not that I didn't have moments where I wanted to say stuff to you. It's that there were very specific moments in my day where I was bored, checked out, and in those moments, I didn't want to create a video. Now, this is important. It's an important distinction, right? Because here's what can happen. What can happen, I'm just far enough down this game now to know the patterns and to know how this works. But what can happen is that you say to yourself you're bored, or you're checked out, or you're not feeling it. And in the middle of not feeling it, then what you do is you actually just make that the blanket statement for the day. Well, I'm not feeling it today. And then tomorrow shows up, and it's possible that you might carry that same story on to tomorrow. And so tomorrow shows up, you're still bored, you're still unsure of what you want to say, and then you say tomorrow, I'm not feeling it. And then this pattern kicks in where you just keep not feeling it. And so you keep not sharing, right? Let's go look at the flip side for just a second. I know I mentioned it, but let's just go down that road for a second. So the flip side for me in the last couple days has been that I have so many ideas. I have a notes app where I keep different types of ideas or sparks of things that I really want to say to you. And I went and looked at that app several times over the last several days. And I look at the app, I look at the content topics I've written down, and I'm like, I really could speak about any of these. And they all are important, but I want it to matter to you, and I don't want it to just sound like this one other, just like a topic that Chris picked because Chris had to pick a topic. Actually, wasn't present to what I really wanted to say to you, even though I was looking at a long list of things I could say to you. And so that left me in a space of not knowing what to say, because I had too many things to say, and I wanted to say them in a way that meant something and that I could feel. And so I was left with, well, I don't know what to say here either, right? So on one hand, I don't know what to say because I'm bored, I'm not feeling it, I'm not present to something. Then on the flip side, even in the same day, it's like now I have too many things to say to you, and so I don't know what to say. And what happens is when we get stuck in these patterns, it's easy to just check out and not say anything. And what I know is that becomes a recipe for invisibility, right? Like, congratulations, you're now invisible in your marketing. You are now invisible. And beyond the visibility factor, right? Here's the bigger thing for me. This is why I continue to press into these moments where I feel stuck and find the message I want to share in that moment, which is like the message I'm sharing with you in this moment is, how do you do marketing when you don't know what to say? What's funny is I'm sitting here going, I'm not sure what to say. And what dawns on me, right, is that, oh yeah, like many of my tribe, many of you find yourselves in the same spot where you don't know what to say. For the same reasons, either you're bored and checked out, or you're overwhelmed with too many ideas and you don't know where to start. You have the same thing, yes? And so I realized in this moment, like, one, I can actually dig into this very hurdle, this very sticking point, right? This point right here. And share that with you. One, share it in real time and where I'm stuck so that you can see that I get stuck too. in hopes that that would serve you some way, in hopes that sharing where I'm stuck would have you see like, yeah, you can still market, you can still have a message even when you're stuck. And what makes it valuable is that, one, you get to see that you're not alone. And two, you get to see that you can still take action even when you don't exactly know how it's going to unfold. And in this moment, I'm present to this because this is the thing that I'm stuck on. So I can find my passion for it because I'm present to it. In order for you to share something in a way that matters, what's required is that you're present to it. What's not required is that you have the answer. What's not required is that you're living in some bubble of perfection. What is required is that you're present to it and you get the impact of it, right? You get the impact of why being stuck there is affecting you and how it's affecting the people you're trying to serve. I get where I'm stuck right now, and I'm sharing with you in this moment that experience so that you could also feel known and you could actually get unstuck. So sometimes in marketing, here's what's going to happen. You're going to feel like you don't know what to say or don't have anything to say or have too much to say. And then the temptation will be to not say anything. So you just dig deeper. You just press in and you look for what am I struggling with that could, if I put it on loudspeaker, could encourage and serve them so that they didn't feel so alone and they actually could see that there's a way to continue to move forward in action even if you don't feel like moving forward in action. You guys don't have to have all the answers. But how many times have I said this? For any of you who have listened to all the episodes, right? Like, I dare you to go back and create like a word bingo where you start to check off how many times I've said things, right? But how many times have I talked about marketing is about relationship? It's about connection. And in relationship, you don't always have to show up to be with your friends in like, perfect rose-colored glasses person. You don't have to be that person. You can be somebody who doesn't have it all figured out with your friends. I could be somebody with you who doesn't have it all figured out. And I can still show up to the relationship because what we're doing right here, this is my way to have a relationship with you, right? Some of you, most of you don't live where I live, and yet we can stay connected through this content, through this show, because I'm still showing up. I'm showing up to this friendship, to this relationship with you, even when I don't have it all figured out. Because that's what keeps the relationship going. Yes, that's how you stay present in your friendships. So, just remember, marketing is a relationship with your people. And so some of you are not sharing because you're still thinking it has to be perfect. You're still thinking it has to be put together, polished. You can't show vulnerability or weakness. You can't let us in to what's happening for you. But sometimes that's where the best stuff is, gang. Sometimes that's where the best stuff is, right? Where you're stuck. And then finding the lesson in it, right? The lesson for you in this conversation of being stuck, me being stuck, is that there's still a way to press ahead. I didn't know what to say, and I'm like, I'm going to make a video about not knowing what to say. You can still move forward in your marketing, in your relationship with your people, even when you don't know what to say. Because you're just saying something. You're being in relationship with your people, like I'm being in relationship with you right now. Okay? So for those of you who haven't done a video in a while, for those of you who feel stuck or feel like you've said it all before and there's nothing new to say, and so why say anything? I'm telling you, like, marketing's about relationship. You don't just like the value of relationships in your life are not coming from the fact that you have said something only once and that you wouldn't dare repeat yourself in a relationship. That's not how that works. What makes a relationship work is that you're present and you show up. That's what makes the relationship work. You show up. So, in your marketing, my encouragement to you is to keep showing up. Keep showing up. Find something to say. because that's what it's in the saying of it that keeps the relationship going. Okay. All right, gang, if you would like to learn more about how do you actually start to find your message in the world, if you don't have a message, I actually put together a course for you, right? 5 videos, just over 90 minutes, and you can get that started at groundswellmethod.com. Until tomorrow when we go live again, have a great evening.